So have you been looking for a home in around Irvine and Orange County that is not one of those super skinny bookend homes that's like super thin and super tall and super expensive? Well, today I want to show you a really amazing community that's going up in the Great Park neighborhood of Irvine. You get access to all of these amazing amenities, the swimming pools, the clubhouses, the courts, the parks, like everything. This is an amazing location right in Great Park in Irvine, and the homes are not these super skinny, super tall little kind of bookend homes. Because today I am at Ovato in Great Park by Taylor Morrison. So I'm Steve Enchin, your Southern California new construction home expert. Every week I talk with folks just like you about how to buy a new construction home here in Southern California. And we have a great time going out and looking at some of these amazing communities and homes. And then I help them make their dream of a new home a reality and save a ton of money when we do it. What's unique about Ovato and its sister community, Lily, is that these are traditional two-story homes that have some width to them. They're not like 4 levels or 3 levels tall. You have 2,450 square feet, which is a decent amount for Irvine. You have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and you are right around or even slightly under $2 million. Now, yeah, hold it. I know that you're like $2 million. Well, it is Irvine and it is Great Park and it is a brand new construction home. And on top of that, what's great about this community is you don't have to deal with the design center. We don't have to go spend more money choosing a whole bunch of options in order to make the home look great. It looks great already, because they really have these amazing enhanced design features in here, which I'm going to show you here in a few moments when we get started. So stick with me. I'm going to get started with the tour right now, and then hold out about halfway through when I finish the main floor. I'm going to come back, talk to you about the tax rate, the schools, the HOA, and everything. And I think you're going to love this home. The other reason is, which I'm going to show you, there's actually a little bit of a yard. That's the other thing. So with other builders, like, you know, my least favorite, if you followed my channel, Lennar, you're really not going to get any space at all. It's like a stamp, one stamp side by side with no space. Here, you do have space for a yard, and you do have a little covered patio area that's on the main floor. So it's a decent amount of space for the price, given the location. And I wanted to come down here and show it to you because I've started to get a bunch of phone calls from folks who are saying, hey, what about Orange County? Don't you do anything in Orange County? So let's get started with the tour. Okay, so getting started with our tour, quick look here at the great room area. But first thing, I want to tuck in here and show you there is a downstairs bedroom. So if you have multi-generational living arrangements, somebody can't do stairs, there is a decent sized bedroom here. I'm going to call this a double bed, so it isn't the biggest bedroom. There you got your closet. And then as I spin around here, we have our bathroom, and it's done with a shower. I don't know if a tub is an available option, but we can certainly ask and find out. And then you come in here, and this is sort of like a panorama of the great space. You have a dedicated dining area, which is nice, and that overlooks the patio. Here is our kitchen. Now remember, no design center. What you see is what you get. I'm going to point out only the couple of things here that will not come with your actual home that's being delivered. So I wanted to point out there's 3 ovens. Oven on top is a steam convection air fryer. Oven on the bottom is a traditional gas oven. And you get another oven over here for those who can bend down pretty low. You have an extra oven there. And then, as I always say in my videos, we are cooking with gas. So no electric here. That's a really great feature. The other thing I want to point out, get close up on, but I do it over here in the island without the reflection. Close up on this updated quartz, so you don't get any of that kind of plain cheesy looking surfaces. You're getting a really nice quartz. This particular home was delivered with the black accent faucets. So I'll scan around here. Also let you know, of course, the refrigerator is not included. That's because everybody has their own personal taste on what kind of refrigerator they like. But of course, that's always negotiable. And then I'm going to point out the sconces are not included. However, all homes are pre-wired. They have their J boxes up there, so you can install your own sconces. You have, and of course, I'm going to correct myself, those are pendants, not sconces. And you have your living room. So don't put comments on my video saying I don't know what a sconce is. Those are pendants. Now, I'm going to point out one item not included. This is wainscoting. And this is very easy to do on your own, but it is not included in a production home. The flooring is engineered wood. It is not luxury vinyl plank. And that is the flooring that you get. What you see is what you get. Now, I think the closets were locked for some reason. Oh, no, this one's open. So this is a pantry. And this should be the coat closet, which is locked. So I can't show you the coat closet, but it's there. The other thing I want to show you before we go upstairs is you're going to see in the model home wood on the floors. Very bad idea. Now the builders put wood on the floors here specifically for durability issues because so many people are coming in into the home. But in the production home, it will be carpet, and that's because having that slick surface on stairs is just for safety reasons not a good idea. Now I'm going to take you outside before we go upstairs. So this is your private space. Nice covered patio. And then you have this garden space here. And this is pretty decent. Remember, this is Irvine, and it's really hard to find this amount of private space in a brand new home. And it comes all the way down here. And then that's an area there for your trash cans, and then you'll have a gate. Some of these spaces will differ by layout and size depending on where your home is located, but this is generally what you're going to get. I'll shoot it here from this angle. You can see the private patio. This can be a seating area, can also be a dining area. So let me close up here. We'll take a quick break and I'm going to take you upstairs. So what do you think about this home so far? I think this is a really nicely designed home without having to put extra money in it to get it to look nice. Given the price, the location, I think it's pretty good. But now let's talk about the other stuff, the HOA and the schools and the tax rate. Now the HOA is $240 to $260 a month planned at build out. And of course that gets you access to all of the amenities at Great Park. That's really what you're paying for, aside from, you know, the upkeep of the streets and the roads and the community. But then you get the pools, the clubhouses, tennis courts, the park, you know, the whole thing that is included with the Great Park neighborhood. Schools, of course, are the Irvine schools. Cadence Park is your K through 8, and then Portola High School is your 9 through 12. And then the tax rates, the base rate, 1.051%, and then there's special assessments of about $8,500 to $9,500. So blended rate somewhere around maybe 1.6, 1.7%. Again, not horrific for Irvine and Orange County. You know, it is what it is if you want to live here. But hey, if this home doesn't look like what you want, or it's not the best location, or, you know, not the budget that you're looking for, that's okay. I have access to every new home in Southern California, all the builders, all the communities. So just drop me a note. Contact information is up on the screen. Let me know what you're looking for, and I'm confident that we will be able to find you something great. So we're going to continue the tour now. We're going to go upstairs. So let's keep going. Now, as we get to the top of the stairs, there is a little loft area here. So you have enough space for sort of like a second living room or play area for the kids or study area. This makes a big difference in the spaciousness of this home versus one of those super skinny homes, which is almost sort of like a townhome or a condo. We come down here to the guest bedrooms. Decent size, much larger than the bedroom downstairs. Still a double bed, but you can get a queen in here. And then pretty good sized closet with a window. I always like that feature. Then you have double vanity guest bathroom. And you have a tub and shower up here. And here is the other guest bedroom. Roughly similar size. And again, that's a double bed, but those are pretty big nightstands. So I think you can get a queen bed in here. Closet a little bit smaller. And then down the other side is your primary bedroom. And this is a really good size. Now the accent on the wall, that's not included, it's wallpaper, it's not included in a production home, but again, very easy to do. You can just do that after closing if you like that feature. You have a little balcony space here. Now this model is overlooking the road. Most of these will overlook an interior space, but it's a decent size. And it wraps around. And then I'm going to show you the primary bathroom. This one has been done with a nicely tiled shower. You have lots of space, 2 vanities. You have another space here for storage. And I'm going to show you this closet because this is absolutely massive. This is almost like a bedroom. So let me just try to pull out and do a panorama around. This really is like almost a bedroom in here. So you can do one of those closet packages from California Closets and one of those other vendors, like in here where my finger is pointing. You can have like a table space or something in there. Really dress up that closet to look real nice. So that is the upstairs. You know, it's not a humongous house, just about 2,500 square feet, but it's been laid out well. I'll finish up here with another look at the upstairs den space or loft. And quick look at the laundry room. More than enough space for side-by-side. Those are giant washer and dryer machines, but more than enough space for them to be side-by-side. Okay, we're gonna head back downstairs and finish up. Stay tuned. I got my incentive information to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of this home here in Great Park in Irvine. So last but not least, of course, as you know, watching from my videos, we talk about incentives at the end. So the builder, Taylor Morrison, if you use their lender, they're offering $10,000 towards closing costs and or a rate buy down. Now, it's not a lot, and I know it's not a lot, but I do know, because I've already had this conversation, that we can negotiate. So we can find more money available for a better rate buy down, or maybe something to offset the solar closing costs, or a combination. Remember, no money towards the design center because we don't need a design center for this community, but that's about it for here. So my contact information is up on the screen. Remember to give me a call, send me a text message, send me an email if you have questions about this community, any of the other communities in Irvine and Great Park, or any other community or builder here in Southern California. I'm here to help. So thank you for watching. We will see you on the next video.